This is a topic that I know that I need to address. This is a topic that I know that I need to talk about. I think it's been very evident how I've been feeling given by my, well, last stream that I'm, well, could you say rock bottom? On a mental level, I'd say it's pretty close. But no, I don't want to die. And to be exact, I don't think anybody who's ever lived truly wants to die. And that's the topic. Suicide, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very difficult and complicated topic, but I think especially today, since the second that I woke up, I was basically just laying in bed all day. Literally all day. I couldn't really bring myself to do anything except for eat and drink a little bit. Until like a little bit later into the day where I found the energy to take a shower and take care of myself. Still plenty of things that I gotta take care of. But I was thinking a lot. I watched so many videos, man. Again, I was sitting in bed 4 hours. Probably like 7 hours, 8 hours. I don't even know for how long. And I was thinking a lot. I myself have seen what suicide looks like. I myself have felt the impact, seen the impact. I have experienced suicide at its very core and what it does to a person and their environment. I've seen that with my very own eyes, and I felt the impact. Yet, for some reason, when I'm now once again in a very dark place, of course this dark place has been around for quite a while now, but why, even after seeing that, why does my head, my heart, still think that that's what I want to do? Even though it's not. It's not. It's not what I want to do. It's not what anybody wants to do. It's the fact that, it seems to be the only way to get rid of the pain as fast as possible. That seems to be the only way. And especially when the pain and the trauma is so overwhelming, and when there's just so many things at once and you feel like you're worthless and you're being given all of these like signals that your life means nothing, that you have absolutely no value to others and that you just exist, chasing your own goals, your own dreams for nothing. And that's what I'm feeling at the moment. That's how I feel at the moment, and it's not that I want to die. It's that I finally don't want to feel like absolute shit 24/7. I don't want to feel like that anymore. I don't. I do not want to feel like that. And for some reason, I don't know why, the mind or the heart, I can't even put my finger on what it is exactly. For some reason, so the only logical thing to do would be to take your own life. Even though when I think about it, I don't want to die. I don't. I really truly don't want to die. I do not want to die. I don't. But I also do not want to feel this pain 24/7 all the time with nothing changing despite all of my efforts. It's an up and down. It is so extremely painful that I think maybe your brain just goes into survival mode by thinking that by ending it completely is how you get rid of the pain. If like it's the only solution. And it's very difficult to deal with, and I don't really know what to do about it. I really truly don't. I really do not know what to do. I it's an up and down. And like after I took my shower, man, I once again felt a little bit of energy. Then I ate something, made me feel a little bit better. But I know that like whether it's tomorrow or whether it's, I don't know, there's gonna be a time again where I'm gonna feel like I'm at rock bottom again, and then the same thing is gonna happen again, and I'm gonna go back to those thoughts, and I'm gonna go back to planning that out inside of my head, despite knowing that that's not what I want, but I see that as the only solution. And I do also see why people, even despite knowing what that does to others, man, I do see why they do it nonetheless. It's not the right thing to do, but it's sometimes it does seem like it's the only thing that he can do to make the pain stop. That is what it feels like. That's honestly just straight up what it feels like sometimes. And I don't know how to handle that. I do not know what to do with that. It's just very difficult, man. Like, I was just sitting in that bed the entire day, kind of thinking, am I gonna do it? Am I not gonna do it? What would the others think? What? I know that it's not the right thing to do. It's never the right thing to do under any circumstances. I know that. It's not the right thing to do. I know that for a matter of fact. It's just that the pain is so extreme and so brutal, and so there's so much drama, and there's the isolation, the loneliness, like being completely and utterly alone, and being alone with that the entire time, suffering under that the entire time. No one caring, no one saying anything. It's difficult. So, suicide seems to be the only reasonable thing for you to do, at least in that moment. Even though it's not. I know that it's not, but that doesn't make that go away. That doesn't make that feeling of having to do that go away. It doesn't make that go away. That's the thing, man. That's the brutal reality. That is the brutal reality of it, man. I don't know what to do with this. I really don't. Does that make me suicidal? Maybe. But I'm just being open with my thoughts. I don't know. I'm in a dark hole. I'm in a very dark place. I know that nobody's gonna come to help me. Especially after, while making the video from yesterday, I know that that is not gonna happen. I know that I'm doomed to be alone with this. If not forever, then for a very long time. I know that. I know that for a matter of fact. There's no person gonna magically appear, like at my front door, knocking there, and then everything's gonna make sense. No, I am gonna suffer alone with this. It's always been like that, and that's also not going to change. The reality is that the people, they do not care. They don't. They truly don't. People don't care. They don't. Why? Because they're caught up with their own lives, man. Because they're caught up with their own problems, with their own reality of things, with their own perspective of things. They don't care because they can't, or they cannot find the time to actually care. And that's the reality of things. That is what being truly alone, that's what it's like. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna ask. And that's what it is. That's the reality of it. That's simply what it's like. So you're just sitting there in the bed. Like, you know what you Like, I know that I have my to-do list. I know that I have things to do. I still gotta unpack some boxes here. I still have to make an appointment with my brother to, well, get to the old apartment to get the rest of the things, and I've made that appointment, kind of. But, like, there's just no incentive to get out of bed. It's not that the discipline is lacking, but simply that I just can't. Now what happens after the stream? I turn this off, I turn off the camera. I know what I should do. But it's just at a level where I know... Or where I wonder, is there even a point? I know I started this. I know why I'm following this with such determination. But... is it even possible? I can only keep on going, man. But again... like, this isolation, this loneliness, it is so unbelievably draining that I've come to a point with every, like, with each and every single bad event, traumatizing event, betrayal event, and me just being treated like absolute shit by everybody else, that there's not really anything to go off anymore. There really isn't. That also plays into this whole thing. I'm thinking about committing suicide because you think that you're going to do others a favor. That's also part of it. That's also inside of my head. And, there's just like all these points, all these dots that you're connecting. And you're coming to the conclusion that this is the right thing to do, even though I know that it's not. But you think that it's the only thing that he can do, even though it's not. But the alternative of suffering just one more moment with this seems like it's just not worth it. And picking the option of suicide is the easier and better option. I've never picked an easy option in life, I really haven't. And I guess that's also part of the reason why I haven't done that yet, even though I planned to do so in the past. I know that I'm gonna download this, and then I'm gonna upload this, and it won't make a difference. It really won't. Realistically, I'm speaking my mind, my brain, my heart into a microphone while looking into a camera, hoping that it's gonna do something, even though it won't. I don't know how to go from this point. I really don't. There's a fire inside of me that still kind of... like, this, like, it's like an instinct, really. Just knowing that I have to sit down here, start the stream, record something, edit something, upload. It's all part of my instinct. It's so, like, burned into my brain, this routine of just doing that. But yeah, I've already explained where my head is, how it is, when it comes to how I'm feeling. If you did listen all the way until the end, whether it's on the VOD or the video, thank you very much. I'm gonna shut this off now. And then I'm gonna hope that I'm gonna find the strength to maybe unpack one or two more boxes, take care of the whole ping internet thing. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.